continuous live stream of Southern Illinois high school football on the WFCN News Game of the Week. The action is brought to you by Swinford Media Group and all of our sponsors. Watermark Auto Group, John A. Logan College, Black Diamond Family of Businesses, Illinois Army National Guard, Anderson Boys Trash Service, The Roofing Guys, BankFirst Bank, First Southern Bank, SIU Credit Union, Anderson's Furniture, State Bank of Whittington, City of Herrin, City of Sesser, Sam C. Mitchell and Associates, Herrin Unit 4 Schools, Johnston City Unit 1 Schools, Wit and Wisdom, The Print Shop, Blush and Ivory Bridal Boutique,
Good evening and welcome to Carterville for our WFCN Game of the Week. We are here at Lions Field bringing to you some football action tonight as the Harrisburg Bulldogs take on the undefeated Carterville Lions here at home. I'm Aaron Price, the lead reporter at WFCN News, joined once again tonight alongside Garrett Smith, who's doing our play-by-play once again this season. Garrett, we've seen a lot of football already this year, and man, some of these teams are really looking playoff ready as we go deeper into the season.
Yeah, Aaron, great to be back. And we really have seen some good teams. And, this is one we saw way back in week 1 in Carterville. Looked really good to start the year, starting 5-0, really improving off of last year. And, they take on a Harrisburg Bulldogs team who's trying to bounce back. Was a postseason team last year, trying to get back there. And they've had some issues to start at 2-3. But, Carterville's looking for a win tonight, looking to get to 6-0 and already clinched them a playoff spot. Would also get them to 2-0 in the conference standings. They won last week over Hopkinsville, Kentucky, a pretty good Hopkinsville team. That was a nice victory for them. And the Bulldogs coming off a win as well over Massac County. So a couple teams trying to put together another win. Harrisburg looking for their first winning streak. And Carterville obviously looking to clinch a playoff berth there. Pretty exciting.
Yeah, hopefully looking for a pretty competitive conference game tonight here in Carterville. It is homecoming here at Lions Field as well tonight. As always, we'd like to offer a special thanks to the sponsors who make these live streams possible. They include John A. Logan College, Anderson's Furniture, Deaconess Illinois Medical Center, Watermark Auto Group, Black Diamond Harley Davidson, BankFirst Bank, First Southern Bank, Legence Bank, The Print Shop, State Farm Kenya Gardner, Kemper CPA Group, Sam C. Mitchell and Associates, the State Bank of Whittington, The Roofing Guys, Johnston City Unit 1 Schools, Herrin Unit 4 Schools, the City of Sesser, and the City of Herrin. Garrett, before we start previewing this week's game, let's first kind of take a look at the game we saw last week, which was over in Sesser-Valier, a game a lot of people were looking forward to as former SBW assistant coach Mike Rood returned to where he was last year, as this year the coach of the CZR Bearcats. Last week at Carroll Kelly Field, the Bearcats took on their rival, the Red Devils, as part of the Illinois 148 Showdown. Let's take a look at some of those highlights from that matchup last week.
Payne, end around to Irwin. He breaks free. One man to beat. He knocked out of bounds, but he's in just before forced out. Irwin from 44 yards out. Payne, he'll keep, he'll toss to the end zone. He's got his man, and it's brought in by Short.
Here's the snap.
That's Rose. No one can stop him.
Big 7-yard touchdown for Amari Rose. There he is again.
Rose again, up the gut. He is going to fall forward. He is in for a touchdown.
Another touchdown.
Schlakey with the grab. He's headed towards the end zone. He's in.
So the Bearcats, touchdown for Schlakey. They're on the board. Finally, Red Devils posing with the 148 rivalry sign as they knock off the Bearcats 40-6 tonight. All right, so there was a recap of last week's game we saw in SesserSam as the Red Devils took on the Bearcats at home. Red Devils with a very good offensive showing that game, Garrett.
Yeah, I mean, they had a slow start to the campaign, Aaron, but they've really picked it up 2 weeks in a row, beating a rival last week, beating an undefeated team at the time in Fairfield the week prior on the road. Not a great start for them in terms of what they're used to, but down the stretch, they're going to be a postseason team, and they are going to be a problem for some teams.
Yeah, I think that game last week really put some fire into their offense, especially. They only allowed 7 points that whole game, and it was at the very end. So, yeah, they were a dominant factor in last week's game. And the past 2 weeks, we've had the opportunity to see some very competitive opponents within the Black Diamond Conference. This week, we shift back to the River to River in tonight's matchup in Carterville.
Yeah, Aaron, crucial win, crucial game, crucial opportunity here tonight for Harrisburg. And then you look on the flip side, Carterville, we mentioned, right there on the cusp of clinching a postseason berth. And then after that, you try to tack on because you want some home games, you want a high seed. When you're really you got an opportunity to clinch this early in the year, you have a chance to do something really special. And, that's what Carterville has at stake tonight. Harrisburg's played some tough teams. They've played some really good teams early on. That's another team that's trying to get back to the postseason. But they got to be able to grind out some wins, find some wins in there against some good quality opponents. It's not going to be easy, but the fate's still in their own hands. They still have a direct path to the postseason. They just got to be able to come to town here tonight, put a good showing, and hope for a W.
Yeah, they're going to have a good crowd, I think, behind them tonight. People already filling the stands here, and we still got about 20 minutes to go before kickoff. We're going to preview our Watermark Auto Group keys to the game, have an interview or two coming up, and then we'll also talk about some other games going on tonight across the region. That's all coming up as we continue the pregame show here on the WFCN Game of the Week. Stay tuned.
Hi, Wildcat fans. I'm Brad Poole, president of the Watermark Auto Group. I invite you to come experience the fastest, friendliest, and fairest car buying in our little corner of the world. Our friendly sales representatives will provide you in writing with our best price, trade value, monthly payments, all within minutes of your request. No pressure, no hurdles, no tricks, and no surprises. Experience the Watermark difference for yourself at Watermark Ford Hyundai or Watermark Nissan of Marion. Fast, friendly, fair. That's Watermark.
Your dream wedding gown awaits at Blush and Ivory Bridal, the most recommended bridal boutique in Southern Illinois. At Blush and Ivory, you won't be lost in the crowd. With every private appointment, the entire boutique is yours. Just you, your loved ones, and your personal stylist. Together, you'll discover a curated selection of gowns, veils, and accessories to create the bridal look you've always imagined. And say yes to the dress that brings out the bride in you. Schedule your private appointment today at Blush and Ivory Bridal, 307 North Market Street in Marion. Call 618-882-926.
Curious what's been going on at the Marion Mall? You're in luck. October 3rd and 4th at the Oasis Grand Re-Unclosing, we aren't only showing off our RV and power sports inventory, we're showing off all the that's been going on inside the mall as well. More RVs, more ATVs, more You don't want to miss out. Trust us. Tons of new from the ones who more better. Oasis Power Sports and RV. We more better.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard gives me a lot of opportunities. I have the ability to serve close to home, wherever that may be in the volunteer state. It also provides tuition benefits, making it possible to get the education I've always wanted. And since my service is part-time, I can pursue my dream job in the career field I choose. With part-time service in the Army National Guard, I really can have it all.
Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
I'm excited to represent Southern Illinois when playing basketball for SIU, and it's important to me to give back to this region. That's important to BankFirst Bank also, and it's one of the reasons that I'm proud to be a customer. They support their communities, and with their mobile app, I can check my accounts, make payments, and more, all on my time. Plus, they offer a Saluki Visa debit card that supports SIU scholarships and athletics.
That was an easy win for me.
BankFirst Bank, official partner of Saluki Athletics.
We want to help students when they come right out of high school, but we're also here for the adults. After high school, I went to my local community college, and after my first semester, realized that I wasn't quite ready to go to college. And I went back to work in construction for roughly about 15 years. And at the same time, I took classes at community college. It's this idea that you can go back to school at any time for anything, and that's what a community college does for you. That's what John A. Logan does for you.
Welcome back to Lions Field here in Williamson County. We are here for some Week 6 football action. This is the pregame show here on the WFCN Game of the Week. Once again, I'm Aaron Price, joined alongside Garrett Smith, and we have some football coming up here in just about 14 minutes or so. We have a lot more to talk about this week's matchup first between the Bulldogs and the Lions. The Bulldogs entering Week 6 following a win last week. Last week's victory was only their second win of the season, following 3 losses earlier in the season. Garrett, go ahead and tell us a little bit about some of the other losses they've had this year.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the teams they've lost to, DuQuoin, Jerseyville, and Breeze Mater Day. It's definitely good programs, and you schedule a tough, have a tough schedule. You got to be able to beat some teams. You got to have a good team on the field, and Harrisburg's just come short there, and that's why 3 losses already. This is a really important game because you think if Harrisburg loses tonight, they probably have to win out to have even a shot of making the postseason, and a win tonight gets them back to 500 and over, up for debate, but at least one of the top 2 or 3 teams in Southern Illinois if you could win tonight if you beat Carterville. And we covered them last year, late Week 9. It was a good game over in Harrisburg, but Carterville pulled away. But Harrisburg showed that they can play with some top opponents and some of the tougher teams. And you just got to come and play some football and not worry about records and not worry about all the outside noise. Just go out there and in between the lines do your job. And at the end of the fourth quarter, the clock hits 0-0, see if you're out on top.
Yeah, and we saw the Lions here in Week 1 on our combined game of the week and Wildcat Game Day when they took on the Marion Wildcats here, and that was I'd say the most entertaining game we've seen this season in Week 1, and that was such a close game. They only won that game by 1 point, so I really think personally, Garrett, just having that confidence that hey, we can beat a big South 7 team like that really gives them the confidence for the rest of the season. And they faced another team that they've never seen before last week in Hopkinsville down in Kentucky, and had a win against them as well. So, but on the flip side, if you're the Bulldogs, they'd love to have a big win tonight. They need it if they want to have any chance of securing a spot in the postseason. They've suffered so far this season against some tough opponents. This is a team that has seen some early postseason success, and a win tonight would move them back to the 500 mark. But as we mentioned, Garrett, the Carterville Lions, they're one of few that are still undefeated this season. They're certainly not an opponent to sleep on. The Bulldogs have obviously seen the Lions many times before in conference play. Tonight's game is against another opponent that will bring major pressure on both ends of the ball.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about both teams, Aaron. really been impressed, probably more so with Carterville than any team in Southern Illinois, Aaron, because we watched them quite a few times last year. And, they were, in my opinion, an average team last year, the Carterville Lions, and they've really taken a step forward with a lot of the same personnel. You mentioned the win in week 1 over Marion, beat a good Hopkinsville team. All in all, Brett Dial's really got a good team, and that goes to show how good of a coach he is and how quick he can turn an average team into a conference champ and then a potential deep postseason team.
Yeah, and I had a chance to speak with him a couple days ago as they kind of prepared for this week's matchup. We'll see the Lions take the field here in just a few moments, but first let's hear a little bit about what Coach Dial had to say.
I thought it was our most complete game up to this point. I thought the defense played really well. They're athletic. They're able to spread the ball around, a Division I receiver. And our guys did a great job of getting pressure on the quarterback and taking away some of the things they were trying to do. I think we held them to negative 20 yards rushing on the evening. So whenever a team can't run the football and they become too one-dimensional, we were able to bring a little bit of our blitz package, expand it a little bit, and get after the quarterback. Offensively, I thought we did a nice job of taking care of the football, really playing ball control offense. We only threw it one time, but we were able to run between the tackles, early and often, and keep the ball out of their hands.
First time you guys have also faced that team this year, so just kind of talk about what went behind booking them as a competitor this season and what you guys kind of learned from that.
Well, they take the spot of St. Joseph Ogden, who we played the last few years, and it's that open spot with only 5 teams in our conference. So next year that gets replaced with Salem as they enter the conference, and we don't have that mid-year kind of open week where we have to search far and wide for somebody. So week 5 is an awkward or just a weird game to try to find. Everybody's usually in conference play at that point. We found a team out of state that had the same week that was willing to travel. So it's a one-year deal, and we made it happen.
Back here at home, conference game against Harrisburg coming up this week. Obviously, any time I ask any coaches at this point in the season, there's not much to change when you're undefeated, right? So I guess if there was anything that you would kind of tell your guys to maybe focus on for this week's game, what would it be? And what are you looking forward to for this week's matchup?
We're going to try to get better each week. Doesn't matter who our opponent is, and we're going to take them very serious. It's a conference opponent. They're a well-coached team. They've given us trouble in the past, so we're going to continue to try to get better and shore up some of the things that maybe have been a little bit sloppy. Special teams is always an area that mid-season that you can continue to focus on and get a little bit better at. And as far as our offense is concerned, we're just looking for some tweaks. Things that break the tendency. If teams see us doing the same thing every time, we need to find a way to change that chart up a little bit. So those are the types of things that we're focusing on and worrying about ourselves each week and trying to make our opponents match us.
All right, well, best of luck this week. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, once again, that was Carterville Lions head coach Brett Dial just talking a little bit about what his team is going to have to do to win this week's game. And, they've been powerful so far this season, but you can't underestimate any opponent. As we mentioned, Garrett, the Harrisburg Bulldogs have been having some postseason success in recent seasons, especially early in the postseason. So here come the Lions. Here come the Lions onto their home turf, looking to stay undefeated in the 2025 football season. They're 6-0 on the season, 5-0 I should say, looking to make that 6-0 with a win tonight over the Harrisburg Bulldogs. We're going to have a look at your Watermark Auto Group keys to the game coming up right after this. Stay tuned. You're watching the pregame show here on the WFCN Game of the Week.
Oasis Power Sports Marion, Illinois is your #1 stop for power sports. Oasis has a huge selection of ATVs, watercrafts, side-by-sides, dirt bikes, and more from all major
financial goals. From investing to purchasing a home and beyond, we are here for you. Working with small businesses, farmers, and individuals, we are your partner in convenient, local, and personalized banking solutions.
Legence Bank has helped us build our locally owned and family-operated business into the Tri-State's #1 furniture and mattress store. They've helped our dreams come true. They've been there every step of the way, and I can't imagine a better bank to work with. Thank you, Legence Bank.
From investing in you to helping our communities grow, we are committed to making a difference at Legence Bank.
Black Diamond Harley-Davidson presents Why I Ride.
Hi, I'm Les Ingram, and this is Why I Ride. I taught special education for 28 years. I haven't drank in 34 years. I needed something to relieve the stress, and the bike does it wonderfully. I've been riding 34 years. I currently have, through the Harley Owners Group Ride 365, I have 649,607 miles. As a matter of fact, I don't want to go anywhere unless I'm traveling on the Harley.
Welcome you back. The coaches at Crown Brew getting coffee.
Hey, this is Michael Anderson, owner of Anderson Boys Trash Service. We are locally owned and operated. We are reliable and affordable. Weekly trash service. I look forward to hearing from you soon. I appreciate you, and my family appreciate the business.
Now serving residential and commercial properties with roll-off dumpster rentals available. Call 618-925-1215 or find us on Facebook at Anderson Boys Trash Service.
Welcome back to the WFCN News Game of the Week here from Lions Field. Garrett, let's go ahead and run through our Watermark Auto Group keys to the game.
All right, keys to the game. We'll start with Harrisburg, and I've got be a Bulldog because, you know, you've got to find ways to win. You've got to be able to grind out plays, grind out possessions, be gritty, and like a Bulldog, you know, you gotta bear down, and when the going gets tough, you've got to be able to rise to the occasion. So be a Bulldog if you're Harrisburg. You've got to get a win tonight at any cost. And for Carterville, I'm going with ground and pound. And you've got to follow your lead back in Jonathan Miller. He's one of the top rushers in Southern Illinois. This is the team that's had some issues defensively containing the run in Harrisburg. So ground and pound, run the ball until they tell you that they're not able to. And we'll see if that's how Carterville can score points tonight. Those are your keys to the game, brought to you by Watermark Auto Group. We are underway with their opening kick. Goes out of bounds out around the 20-yard line. Penalty will move that up. With Harrisburg starting with the football, Aaron.
Yeah, we're underway here in week 6, and like you said, Garrett, the Harrisburg Bulldogs are going to get the ball first, and what we've seen time and time again this week with almost every game we cover is a team that could get the most on the board first and as quick as possible typically ends up winning the ball game or has a better chance of it. So
you definitely got a head start, don't you?
Right. You don't have to crawl back if you get a head start. So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. And here we go. That'll be a gain of about 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, run on. That's Hankins on the carry that time. Aiden Hankins, a 5'10 junior. Out there for head coach Matt Griffith, a 5'10 junior. Out there for head coach Matt Griffith, who's back, and Coach Dial touched on it. This is a well-coached Harrisburg team. It's just they've not been able to win all the games they've wanted this year with a tough schedule. And but it's a well-coached team. They're going to give their best for Coach Griffith every time they're out there.
Yeah, we've interviewed Coach Griffith several times in past years, and he's a guy that really cares about his squad and does anything he can. As there's a toss out to number 84, that is Burke Wilson. Won't be a gain of much.
He'll get that from the quarterback, Ian Crabb, and he's got a tall task in replacing Owen Rand, who was lead quarterback there the past few years for Harrisburg. But he'll settle in. He'll be able to make some passes. Harrisburg likes to throw the ball a little bit more than some teams around here, and Crabb's the guy that will do that. Another junior for Harrisburg. But an early test, 3rd and medium here. And we've got a whistle and a very early Harrisburg timeout. With 10:54 to go in the first. So we're scoreless, just underway.
Yeah, we'll take a quick timeout as well. You're watching the WFCN Game of the Week.
Hey, this is Michael Anderson, owner of Anderson Boys Trash Service. We are locally owned and operated. We are reliable and affordable. Weekly trash service. I look forward to hearing from you soon. I appreciate you, and my family appreciate the business.
Now serving residential and commercial properties with roll-off dumpster rentals available. Call 618-925-1215 or find us on Facebook at Anderson Boys Trash Service.
Welcome back to the WFCN Game of the Week, and we are underway in this game after a very early Harrisburg timeout. They called one with 10:54 to go here in the first quarter, but hey, if you got timeouts, you might as well use them when you can. 3rd down and 5 now for the Bulldogs.
It just goes to show how important they're valuing this early 3rd down. They probably just don't want to give Carterville an early lead. It makes for a very important 3rd down. A couple of yards after the contact for Welge, who gets the carry. He's going to be short.
Yeah, you're right, Garrett. The Bulldogs would love to get on the board first in this game. It would be a huge advantage for them. And instead, it's now 4th and 3.
Yeah, and they're in a punt formation.
Yeah.
Not even a midfield. You don't want to give Carterville plus starting field position right out of the jump. So, unfortunately, you couldn't get a first. But you got to send this one away and send your defense out there and trust them to get a stop.
Pretty good punt down to the 20-yard line. So that's where the Lions will take over.
Yeah, good hang time. Forced a fair catch. Not able to return it. Nicely done by the punter.
Let's talk about something that we didn't quite get to in the pregame show. That's some other games going on around the region really quick, Garrett. A lot of entertaining games going on tonight.
We've got some really enticing matchups tonight. And a big one, Fairfield heads to Johnston City, a couple of really good teams. Nashville heads to Benton. That's another good one. Marion goes to Centralia. That's another good one. Cahokia at Mount Vernon. Those are what I'm viewing to be the most competitive games. And then you've got some other ones in there that Sesser and Carmi typically is a great game as Miller gets the carry out to the 25. DuQuoin and West Frankfort is another game in the Mississippi that's going on tonight. And we've got a few more. Herrin and Massac, AJ Pinckneyville. Plenty of games. I'll keep you guys informed as the night progresses.
All right. Thank you, Garrett.
That's the guy, Aaron, we're talking about in the pregame a little bit that we touched on with the keys to the game, Johnny Miller. Really good on the ground. And if Harrisburg cannot stop Miller tonight, they're going to get beat. I mean, that's the one guy you have to stop.
Yeah. So they'll be good for the first down out around the 31-yard line. That's where the Lions will take over a first down. 9:20 left to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, the punt that you had just a moment ago gives you some leeway here. Carterville still needing a couple of first downs to get out to midfield, but you don't want them getting too much progression. And here's a big quarterback keeper out for a first down and plenty more. Andrew Johnson gets forced out after crossing midfield.
How about that? Johnson with quite the run there. And, yeah, he sets him up all the way down to nearly the 40-yard line. Huge gain for the Lions, and they're ready to go again. That is
down to the 10-yard line.
Jamison Jones.
Yeah, Jones with a burst out of the backfield.
So the Lions work down the field really quick, and it's another Lions first down all the way down to the 10-yard line.
Handoff up the gut, fighting forward down to around the 1.5-yard line. Goes Jones. the hot hand on that last carry, so they go to him again.
He was wrapped up by number 4, Quest Weatherington, and number 24, Brendan Davis.
Under center, Carterville going quick. Miller easily gets in from 2 yards out. Carterville up 6-0.
So the Lions on the board first after they hold the Bulldogs on their opening drive. It's 6-0 with 8:20 to go here in the first quarter. Lions setting up for the extra point. Yeah, Miller and Jones really carrying their team there as the extra point will be good. Make it 7-0. Bulldogs with the football again. When we come back, you're watching the WFCN game of the week.
Curious what's been going on at the Marion Mall? You're in luck. October 3rd and 4th at the Oasis Grand Re-Unclosing, we aren't only showing off our RV and power sports inventory, we're showing off all the that's been going on inside the mall as well. More RVs, more ATVs, more You don't want to miss out. Trust us. Tons of new from the ones who more better. Oasis Power Sports and RV. We more better.
Anderson's Furniture and Mattress knows your sleep is important. That's why our mattress studio is one of the largest in the area. We've got Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, Stearns & Foster, and more. Tempur-Pedic mattresses start as low as $28 a month with up to 6 years interest-free financing. And Queen mattresses start at just $179. Plus, enjoy the comfort of our 90-day sleep guarantee and same-day delivery. And now, no credit needed.
Anderson's Furniture and Mattress.
Welcome back to the WFCN News Game of the Week. It's the Harrisburg Bulldogs with the ball after an early touchdown from the Carterville Lions, and the extra kick. It's 7 answered quick. That was one of the fastest and best drives I've seen in any game we've covered so far this season.
Yeah, it was pretty fluid, pretty, pretty easy to say the least, for lack of a better word, that for Carterville that time. And, now Harrisburg's got to have a response.
Nothing there as he tossed it out to, that was Braxton Welch. He's brought down quick. In fact, that's going to be a loss of a yard or two. It's not too often, Garrett, you see a loss on a ball that's thrown in the air, right?
Well, yeah, he was trying something out in the flat. Had his guy, but tacklers got to him quick and couldn't even get back to the original line. So, as you mentioned, Aaron, a couple yard loss, 2nd and 12 for the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs set up once again. Here's the snap. Looking for a guy. Big toss, and that's going to be over the head.
Crab overshot the receiver and the DB that time. 3rd and long.
He was looking for Nash Villette there, but that throw was a little too tall, so that forces 3rd down and 12. Harrisburg Bulldogs looking for a big play here, and Eric, you can't afford to turn over the ball so quick again like they did in the first drive.
Yeah, you just got to give yourself opportunities, and you want a little bit of a better throw there for Crab, and you'd like to give your receiver a shot. If you can give yourself a shot like he did there, and he hits his guy, and that's going to be out for a 1st down. That's what you got to do. He hit Villette that time, who he looked for. Give your receivers a shot, and if they make the play, they make the play.
Yeah, that'll be just enough for a 1st down. It was close, but it is enough.
And the passes don't even have to be perfect because that was a little overthrown, but your receivers are going to be good athletes. And Villette went up and made the catch and still able to get a couple extra yards on top of it.
So 1st and 10 now for the Bulldogs right around the 45-yard line. Here's the snap.
Crab will go to the back. He works to the left, out past midfield, and he's dropped there.
That's Welch.
Yeah, running back, and a good gain on 1st down.
Number 1 on the run for the Bulldogs, that's Braxton Welge. He's brought down by Drake Cappy and Carson Davis of the Lions. 5-yard gain on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 5 for the Bulldogs.
2nd and 5 now for the Harrisburg Bulldogs, set up right in midfield at the 50-yard line. Here's the snap. Looking for a guy. Big toss into and out of the hands of Hayden Harrell.
You know, he plays both sides of the ball, but at the higher levels, guys like that miss plays. That's why they're on defense and not offense. Deflect plays, but he plays on both sides of the ball, but he knows he's got to make that play. He catches that. It might be a house call. He might be taking that one all the way back. He's got a little ahead of himself. Still a good jump on the route. Brings up a 3rd and 5 once again for Harrisburg.
6 minutes, 9 seconds to go. Here's the snap. Hands it off to the back, and he's not going to have much of a gain at all on that one. Maybe a yard.
Yeah, maybe nothing. It looks like they got him marked for no gain. Or maybe a half yard. You might be right.
Either way, it's going to be a 4th down.
Yeah, not a whole lot.
And Harrisburg's going to be forced, likely, to punt the ball away here. They're not going to do it. They're going to go for it.
Crab hits Villette. He's out to the 40-yard line.
So it pays off.
Sneak attack from Harrisburg that time.
Sometimes on 4th downs, you just have to have the guts to go for it, and they did there. So 1st down now for the Harrisburg Bulldogs, and they're set up on the 40-yard line.
And Aaron, what I think you're seeing here is a real comfortability for Crab hooking up with Villette. Sometimes you just have a receiver you love going to because you know he's going to be able to make a play. You give it to him and let him do the work, and that's what Villette did on that one. So credit to Crab to getting it to his top guy. He goes to him again, knocked out of bounds, out around the 35. Another good 1st down pickup for Harrisburg. The only thing is you don't want to fall into a pattern. You don't want to get too predictable.
Exactly.
Then you might see a DB jump one of them routes again and take it back to the house. And
yeah, that's what happened earlier. And luckily it didn't.
They caught a break.
Yeah, luckily they caught a break for the Bulldogs. But yeah, I mean, and going back to the 4th down, playing the 4th down, there's, as a team, you got to find when you find yourselves in those situations, in the 4th down situations, you really have to find where are we comfortable at to run a 4th down. As
Crab with the keeper, and he gets dropped right at the line.
And you just got to find where you're comfortable at with those 4th downs, and sometimes you got to take the risk. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. But in that case, it did. So 3rd down now and 5. Once again, they're going to have to run the same thing, Garrett. 3rd and 5 again, down at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, you probably know you're in 2-down territory, so you just need 5 yards on 2 plays here. So you don't necessarily have to get it all, but you want to get a good chunk of it. Crab drops back, rolling. He can't drop. He can't take a sack. He's going to run. He's going to go out of bounds. And looks like he lost a yard or 2.
Yeah. So now the Bulldogs forced with another decision here. Will they go for the 4th down again?
Well, you don't like losing a yard. You had 2nd and 5, and you end up on 4th and 6.
Yeah. Different situation from where they were on the last play.
Hindsight's 20/20. You probably could have just went with your running back trying to get chipped a couple of yards out of there, but looks like they're going to go mode.
3:32 to go in the 1st quarter. Here's the snap.
Crab
Looking for a guy.
To the left. Has a receiver. He is going to be knocked. He's going to be right near the line. Tough from our vantage point, but it is close. Carterville thinks they stopped him.
I don't think he got it. I don't think he got it, Garrett. They're going to say it's close.
From the naked eye from here, it looked a little short.
He did kind of extend his body there at the last second, but there were so many.
Yeah, they take over about a yard short.
So he is short by a yard or so, and the Lions will take over on the 30-yard line. Good play, though. It just wasn't enough.
Yeah, the defense has to show up.
Yeah.
Because the offense actually had a decent drive there. Not a bad drive, just stalled. But you got to have some defense against Miller and company. And he's got the first carry. Not a whole lot, so a good defensive stand on the first down against Miller.
Gain of about 2 yards or so.
He was wrapped up by number 72.
3 minutes to go in the first.
Gain of about 2 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 8 for the Lions.
2nd and 8 now for the Lions. Here's the snap. Hands it off to the back, and he's brought down around the 36, 37-yard line. So will be a gain of about 4 or 5 yards. Force 3rd and 4, maybe 3rd and 5.
The big key for any defense is at least forcing teams into third down situations. And yeah, it's only 4 yards, but they're not to midfield yet, and you still got a third down here. So a good opportunity for Harrisburg. He limited Miller to just 6 yards on 2 carries. You'd love a stop here.
Here's Jamison Jones with a big first down out right around the 43-yard line. Jamison Jones had one earlier, and he does it again. So a huge first down for the Lions, and they're going to set up right around the 40-yard line with another first down.
With Jones' big run, that brings up enough yardage for a Lion. First down.
Lions are going quick. They push forward for another first down, shy of the 25-yard line.
That was Carter Jones that time.
And Carterville's working fast out on the field tonight.
Johnny Miller breaks one free and got tripped up by the turf monster. Fell a little before getting to the 20.
Still a gain of 5. 2nd and 5 now. With 1:36 to go here in the first quarter. Lions looking to get into the double digits here before we get to the second quarter.
Toss to Jones, working right to left, and he's hit and dropped after.
Might have had a loss there.
Yeah, I think he lost a yard. So another really good opportunity for Harrisburg. They just got to be able to get a third down stop.
He was brought down by number 84, Bert Wilson.
So we're approaching less than a minute to go in quarter one. 7-0 Carterville here at their home facility. They're 5-0 on the season against 2-3 Harrisburg. Handoff, it's going to be short. That was Carter Jones. But this is close enough, Aaron. I think this is an opportunity. You definitely go for it.
That'll bring up 4th and 2 after Jones' run.
4th down, 2 yards to go. Johnson under center. He'll get it, and plow forward for more out around the 12 for a first down for Carterville. And they're wanting to go. They want to get another play off. They're quickly to the line. They want one play before the end of the first.
5 seconds. Here they go. And there's some whistles on the field now. Might have been a early start.
Yeah, you try to rush to the line and get a play off quick, and someone jumps, and that's what happened here. 4 seconds to go in the first. No, they're going to say Harrisburg was in the neutral zone. So a free 5 yards, and that'll end quarter one.
And at the end of the first quarter,
Carterville 7, Harrisburg 0 through 1 quarter play. This is the WFCN Game of the Week, brought to you by Swinford Media.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard gives me a lot of opportunities. I have the ability to serve close to home, wherever that may be in the volunteer state. It also provides tuition benefits, making it possible to get the education I've always wanted. And since my service is part-time, I can pursue my dream job in the career field I choose. With part-time service in the Army National Guard, I really can have it all.
Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Fall is the best time to get a new roof. It's not cold and wet like winter, and it's not hot and wet like summer. And you know what that means. It's time to call Integrity Roofing to make sure your roof is ready for another long winter. Right now at Integrity Roofing, you can get a new roof for as low as $99 per month. For confidence and peace of mind, call Integrity the first time.
Anderson's Furniture and Mattress knows your sleep is important. That's why Mattress Studio is one of the largest in the area. We've got Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, Stearns & Foster, and more. Tempur-Pedic mattresses start as low as $28 a month with up to 6 years interest-free financing. And Queen mattresses start at just $179. Plus, enjoy the comfort of our 90-day sleep guarantee and same-day delivery. And now, no credit needed.
Anderson's Furniture and Mattress.
Welcome back to the WFCN News Game of the Week. Carterville Lions just 5 yards to go following the penalty. They're looking to add to their total. I'm Aaron Price once again joined alongside Garrett Smith. And fresh 12 minutes here as the Lions would love to get another touchdown here, Garrett.
They've just been a little bit quicker because Harrisburg actually had a good offensive possession last trip. Couldn't get a fourth down conversion. And then on the flip side, Carterville converts theirs. Miller's wrapped up. He's going to lose some yards on 1st and 5.
Wouldn't it be nice if you're a Bulldogs fan to force a third or fourth down here? You don't see it too often.
After a 1st and 5?
Right.
Yeah, it'd be pretty impressive if you could do it.
2nd and 6 now, they'll say. Here's a snap. Going to get wrapped up again.
And not a whole lot.
Not much at all. I'd say maybe a yard or two, if that.
And so from 1st and 5, it goes to...
They're not going to have a gain at all on that, Garrett. It's 3rd and 7 is what they're going to put on the board.
I'm going to say he lost a yard.
Yeah. How about that for the Bulldogs defense?
Big-time players make big-time plays, and this is where I think you got to give it to Johnny Miller one way or the other.
Yeah.
See if he can get a first down.
3rd and 7. There's the snap.
Fumbled snap, and Johnson's got nowhere to go. He redirects, or it's into the hands of Miller eventually, and he is brought down.
So 4th down.
That was Johnson who kept it.
That'll be another loss of 2 yards.
Wow. 1st and 5. That is a...
I predicted it, Garrett.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. You said it'd be nice. But either way, that's huge for Harrisburg's defense.
They're going to set up for the
field goal. And it's Gavin Johnson on the attempted.
And it's
Looks
good.
Yep.
So the Lions add 3, 10-0. And the Bulldogs have 10 minutes to work with to the half. We'll be right back. You're watching the WFCN Game of the Week.
Welcome to Wit and Wisdom, located at 202 North Market in downtown Marion, Illinois. We're open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 5. Stop in and check out our spirit wear, custom tees, embroidery services, and more, all in a historical boutique setting. Check us out anytime online at www.witandwisdomstore.com.
Curious what's been going on at the Marion Mall? You're in luck. October 3rd and 4th at the Oasis Grand Re-Unclosing, we aren't only showing off our RV and power sports inventory, we're showing off all the that's been going on inside the mall as well. More RVs, more ATVs, more You don't want to miss out. Trust us. Tons of new from the ones who more better. Oasis Power Sports and RV. We more better.
Welcome back to the WFCN Game of the Week. Following the successful field goal attempt, it is Carterville Lions 10, Harrisburg Bulldogs 0, and the Bulldogs are going to take over right around somewhere between the 30 and 35-yard line.
Bulldogs will begin their drive 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line.
Say the 31-yard line. Garrett, any other score updates from across the region we have?
Nashville and Benton 7-7.
Ooh, good one up there.
In the first, Frankfort and DuQuoin are scoreless through one quarter. 16-8 Johnson City leading Fairfield. Centralia 14-7 over Marion. That's what a couple of scores right now.
Here's the snap, and he'll have a gain of
Number 1 on the carry,
a few yards. That's Braxton Welge.
He was brought down by Andrew Johnson and Drake Cappy of the Lions. Gain of 2 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 8 for the
We'll
Bulldogs.
say a gain of 2, 2nd and 8. Here's the snap, looking for a guy. He throws it off, and that's going to be out just past the 40-yard line into the hands of Nash Villette. As we've said, Garrett, he likes to hook up with Villette, and they'll have enough yardage for a first down. He'll be right out around the first down marker.
He's definitely who I would be going to. I mean, he's definitely been able to snag a couple of passes and get some extra yards at the end of it.
It's been tough to see from our vantage point tonight over there on the other sideline, but huge throw, and that's going to be incomplete. That was a gutsy move right there. It's a huge pass intended for Aiden Hankins.
That'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs.
So that'll be 2nd and 10.
I don't hate it because the passing game has worked thus far, but a couple of the deep balls he's thrown a little out of reach. So
we'll give it to the back here, and that'll be a gain of about 4 yards or so.
Yeah,
that's Welge.
Close to half of what you need. So 3rd and let's say 6.
Bulldogs have found themselves in a lot of 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6s tonight, a lot of third downs. But most of the time, they've been able to convert. See what they're going to do here, pass or keep it on the ground.
I mean, the way it's been working, I think you try a little quick slant route to your receiver.
He's looking for a guy, and he's almost brought down in the backfield. He'll keep it himself, and he just slides in right around the 50-yard line. That will be close to the first down marker.
Yeah, he'll be a couple yards short. It's going to bring up a 4th and maybe 2.
Number 15, Ian Crowell, the quarterback keeper.
I think you go. I think you try to go for it again, and I think you've proven that you can pick up yards. You've been moving the chains for the most part in this ball game, and 2 yards. If you have some sort of design like you just did there, I think 2 yards is very well within the reach.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go for it, and I agree, Garrett. Going for it here would be a good option, and he's stopped short of the first down. He had quite a lot of momentum, but Lions defense coming in clutch there, and they're going to force a turnover. Looked like he was going to march his way right to a first down for a second there, but the Lions defense got to him quick before he could do that. So 1st and 10 Lions now from the 50-yard line.
Yeah, another 4th and just 4th down where Harrisburg comes up just short. That's 2 different times. They've been about a yard short on a 4th down. And, it's tough to get past that, but got to find a way.
So the Lions with another chance here in the second quarter. Looking for a guy, big throw, and that is going to be a little bit short. Really good pass, and Marion Adams a little frustrated. That didn't work out there on the sideline.
That'll bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Lions.
Adams did have a good route on the ball, just went a little bit too far as it'll set up 2nd and 10 now for the Lions.
How about Nashville? 14-7 leading Benton in that ball game early on.
We're watching one of the teams that are undefeated tonight, the Lions, and number 10 still on his feet. That's Jonathan Miller.
And Johnny Miller.
Finally brought down, and that'll be enough for a first down past the 40-yard line.
Johnny Miller for the big run. With that, he picks up enough yardage for a Lions first down.
Yeah, Lions and Rangers, one of just a few teams in our area undefeated this season, and we'll see if one of those ends tonight. But yeah, as you mentioned, Garrett, Hornets with a 14-7 lead so far.
And your old stomping grounds, Johnston City. They're
Old
undefeated.
stomping grounds.
That's all right. I don't think you have to say old twice. I
That's
think
Andrew Johnson on his feet and finally brought down right around the 15-yard line.
I think saying old once works there, and I don't think you have to say it twice.
Wrapped up by number 4, Quest Weatherington, and number 7, Drake Whitmire, but he picked up enough yardage for another Lion first down.
So another first down for the Lions.
1st and 10 from the 18.
From the 18-yard line. Going to add to their total with 6 minutes. Throw straight to Zachary Carter.
Johnson connects with number 5, Zach Carter.
He's brought out around the, it's hard to tell from here, Garrett, but around the 5 or 6 yard line.
2nd and 1 for the Lions.
8-0 in the second. Frankfurt leads DuQuoin.
Couple surprising scores so far tonight. You'd mentioned, Garrett.
Maybe we're in for one of those crazy nights
Maybe
again.
we are. And that's going to be a touchdown. Number 10, Jonathan Miller on the touchdown for the Lions. Finds himself into the end zone. And just like that, it's 16-0. Lions with the lead. Lions setting up for the point after. And there's some whistles on the field, flags. Offsides against the Bulldogs, they'll say. So Carterville will get an advantage from that. And normally, Garrett, point after attempts that close, they're going to get it anyway, but you hate to give them some extra room as well.
Yeah, moving them up. They might go for 2 now.
That's what they're going to do.
Johnson leaps over a man. He's in for the 2-pointer.
Andrew Johnson with a big jump and converts for 2.
That could be big for the Lions in this game. 18-0. Haven't allowed to score yet. We'll be right back with more football here from Lions Field. You're watching the WFCN Game of the Week.
Welcome to Wit and Wisdom, located at 202 North Market in downtown Marion, Illinois. We're open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 5. Stop in and check out our spirit wear, custom tees, embroidery services, and more, all in a historical boutique setting. Check us out anytime online at
Some others on the reception for the Bulldogs. Yeah, Garrett, we were talking about some games across the area, and you can watch the Marion Wildcats game over on the Marion Star right now, taking on Centralia.
They do a better job calling a game than us, probably.
Well, it's just Bill tonight, so
I got faith in him.
I do too.
He's probably having a fun time calling a good game.
Yeah, I'd love to be up there tonight if we could.
We got a fun one here. It's always a fun place to come call a ball game. Good environment. Carterville brought the house again in terms of their fan support. Harrisburg brought a good crowd. Always good atmosphere here in Carterville.
Lions pushing the Bulldogs back there. Fumble recovered.
First half is flying, Aaron.
Yeah, it
Harrisburg
is.
needs something before halftime intermission. Fairfield with a score. It's 16-14 there. Johnson City up 2. And DuQuoin, Illinois ties it up with West Frankfort 8-all. Drop it back.
Yep.
Whole bunch of nothing. Maybe a yard to get back to the original line. That was Hankins.
Wrapped up by number 5, Zach Carter of the Lions. Gain of about 1 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 10 for the Bulldogs.
So 3rd and 10 for the Bulldogs. They need something here.
In a bad way. They need it.
Yep. Interception from the Carterville Lions. That's number 13, Jack Dodson.
Grab pass was intercepted by number 13, Jack Johnson of the Lions.
You know, he had a guy, Garrett, right in his sights, and I don't think he even saw Dodson there. Just kind of came out of nowhere there on the sideline and right around the edge of the sideline, straight to him.
Yeah, a nice play. But you're right. An invisible defender, which happens a few too many times to teams. And it's funny, easy for us to see, but down there on the field, sometimes guys just blend in, can't see them. And Carterville takes over.
Here's the snap.
Miller.
Jonathan Miller on his feet, finally brought down.
He just keeps churning. He gets contact, and he just keeps the feet moving. If you don't, you're going to fall straight down. He keeps the feet moving, lets the pile take them where they're going, and brings up a 2nd and short. We do have a Herrin score. It's 14-7 Massac County. That game down in Metropolis.
You know, I think that game will be a good game for Herrin tonight to really reset their offense.
They've struggled, but they probably week 1 through week 9 with who they play. They, out of the teams in the conferences down here, probably have the toughest football schedule with who they play. They play some bigger non-con games, and then obviously the conference games they have in the Ohio. So if it's not, it's one of the tougher ones. So an opportunity tonight against Massac County.
That'll bring up 3rd and 1 for the Lions.
3rd and 1 now for the Lions. They're just going to run it right into first down territory.
That's all you got to do. Keep it simple, right?
Right.
When you've got that, all those options that you have, they've used 4 different guys with consistency tonight out of the backfield. And, they've looked good.
From the 49-yard line.
It was 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line for the Lions. Looking for a guy, passes it straight to Hayden Harrell. He's still on his feet, brought down right around the 40-yard line. Might be enough for a first down.
Number 1, Hayden Harrell.
And it will be, I believe, yep.
He was wrapped up by number 72, Matt Brown of the Bulldogs.
It's going to be enough for another first down for the Carterville Lions.
Timer now under 2 minutes in quarter two. So Carterville trying to time this out perfect to where they can punch it in and not give Harrisburg hardly any time when they take over.
Here's the snap, keeping it. Brought down about the 35-yard line.
Johnson on the quarterback keeper.
Johnson on the keeper for the Lions, and that'll be a gain of
Brought down by number
a lot for
72,
the Lions. It'll be 2nd and about 4, I'd say.
2nd and 4 for the Lions.
Tosses it out to loose ball on the field, recovered, tossed it out to Drake Cappy, and got out of his arms for a second, but he jumped on top of it quick.
Yeah, but credit to him. He was quick to get back to that. And that avoids a Harrisburg forced turnover.
Reminder, we have the Johnny Logan College Why Would You Go Anywhere Else halftime show coming up here in just a little over a minute, as there is a timeout called on the field. We'll go ahead and keep it here, but we have the halftime show coming up. We'll recap some of our local scores as well as what we've seen so far in this game. And Garrett, we're getting closer and closer to the postseason, and getting to kind of pick and choose which games we can cover. And I think there will be a lot of teams late this season and into the postseason that are going to be pretty impressive and have the potential to make some good runs in the postseason
We're
this
watching
year.
one tonight,
And
I think,
one
right?
is the Carterville Lions, yeah.
Really good team. And I think it'd be fun to come here for a postseason game, especially if they bring a good crowd. The opposing team does. They bring a good quality team. You saw how electric week one was, and that just goes to show how much a playoff game could mean if that was week one of the season. And
teams like Carterville, Benton, DeCoyne, Marion obviously will have those games covered on the Marion Star. And Johnson City, you don't want to leave them out. You know, they're always powerful in the postseason. But a lot of teams will be watching local, a lot of Williamson Franklin County teams as well with a shot for it in the postseason.
Yeah, I expect SesserSam to get in.
Yeah, them as well.
You know, schedule-wise, we're looking at it. West Frankfort's going to get in, barring something catastrophic. You know, I think they'd be all right. They're a good enough team to win 6 games. And so, yeah, we're going to have quite a few right here, right around us in Williamson and Franklin County.
It'll be interesting to watch, and we'll have some games coming your way next weekend. And then we'll get to see the Benton Rangers against the Carterville Lions. Or, excuse me, against the Pinckneyville Panthers in week 8. It'd be interesting to see the Benton Rangers versus the Carterville Lions, though, Garrett.
Maybe that's something down the line. We'll see.
Maybe.
You know, that was our first broadcast last year doing Game of the Week.
That's the this year's a little bit different. They changed up. It's normally Carterville Benton. This year it's now Carterville Marion, as Ian Krabs knocked out on the quarterback keeper. That'll be a 2nd down and 5 or so. They've got just 34 seconds to work with, 32, and there's now a timeout called on the field. Probably a wise decision from the Bulldogs. We'll take one as well. We'll be right back. You're watching the WFCN Game of the Week, powered by the Swinford Media Group.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard gives me a lot of opportunities. I have the ability to serve close to home, wherever that may be in the volunteer state. It also provides tuition benefits, making it possible to get the education I've always wanted. And since my service is part-time, I can pursue my dream job in the career field I choose. With part-time service in the Army National Guard, I really can have it all.
Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Welcome back to the WFCN Game of the Week, powered by the Swinford Media Group. And Garrett, you have some scores for us.
If the scores stood where they're at, which that's not how it works, but just as a hypothetical, let's have fun. Out of the 3 teams we've mentioned that are undefeated, we'd only have Carterville undefeated.
Really?
At the end of the night. Nashville's up 21-7 on Benton.
Oh, my goodness.
Fairfield has scored twice in a row. They're up 22-16 on Johnson City.
Wow.
So we're definitely going to keep an eye on those. Those teams obviously still have plenty to say. But right now,
man,
those teams on the road against undefeated teams are putting up a heck of a fight.
Great tackle from Andrew Johnson there. 20 seconds to work with for the Bulldogs. Yeah, what was the Benton-Nashville score you said? 21?
Glad you pay attention. 21-7.
21-7. That's shocking. I mean, Nashville's a great team. Not obviously underestimating that, the role that Benton's been on. I mean, it's bound to happen at some point, but tonight might be the night, but there's still a lot of games left to play. So at the half, it'll be 18 Carterville, Harrisburg 0. We're going to have the Johnny Logan College Why Would You Go Anywhere Else halftime show coming up. And to look at those scores, some updates, we're going to follow them close. You're watching the WFCN Game of the Week, powered by the Swinford Media Group.
Thanks for watching this live stream of Southern Illinois High School football on the WFCN News Game of the Week. The action is brought to you by Swinford Media Group and all of our sponsors. Watermark Auto Group, John A. Logan College, Black Diamond Family of Businesses, Illinois Army National Guard, Anderson Boys Trash Service, The Roofing Guys, BankFirst Bank, First Southern Bank, SIU Credit Union, Anderson's Furniture, State Bank of Whittington, City of Herrin, City of Sesser, Sam C. Mitchell and Associates, Herrin Unit 4 Schools, Johnston City Unit 1 Schools, Wit and Wisdom, The Print Shop, Blush and Ivory Bridal Boutique,
My part-time service in the Army National Guard gives me a lot of opportunities. I have the ability to serve close to home, wherever that may be in the volunteer state. It also provides tuition benefits, making it possible to get the education I've always wanted. And since my service is part-time, I can pursue my dream job in the career field I choose. With part-time service in the Army National Guard, I really can have it all.
Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Curious what's been going on at the Marion Mall? You're in luck. October 3rd and 4th at the Oasis Grand Re-Unclosing, we aren't only showing off our RV and power sports inventory, we're showing off all the that's been going on inside the mall as well. More RVs, more ATVs, more You don't want to miss out. Trust us. Tons of new from the ones who more better. Oasis Power Sports and RV. We more better.
Oasis Power Sports Marion, Illinois is your #1 stop for power sports. Oasis has a huge selection of ATVs, watercrafts, side-by-sides, dirt bikes, and more from all major manufacturers on the lot now. ATVs starting at $16.99, motorcycles starting at $21.98, and side-by-sides starting at $77.99. Financing, 0 down with approved credit for up to 84 months. Oasis Power Sports in Marion, Illinois. Online at oasispowersports.world.
want to help students when they come right out of high school, but we're also here for the adults. After high school, I went to my local community college, and after my first semester, realized that I wasn't quite ready to go to college. And I went back to work in construction for roughly about 15 years. And at the same time, I took classes at community college. It's this idea that you can go back to school at any time for anything, and that's what a community college does for you. That's what John A. Logan does for you.
I'm excited to represent Southern Illinois when playing basketball for SIU, and it's important to me to give back to this region. That's important to BankFirst Bank also, and it's one of the reasons that I'm proud to be a customer. They support their communities, and with their mobile app, I can check my accounts, make payments, and more, all on my time. Plus, for a Saluki Visa debit card that supports SIU scholarships and athletics.
That was an easy win for me.
BankFirst Bank, official partner of Saluki Athletics.
Black Diamond Harley-Davidson presents Why I Ride.
I'm Les Ingram, and this is why I ride. I taught special education for 28 years. I haven't drank in 34 years. I needed something to relieve the stress, and the bike does it wonderfully. I've been riding 34 years. Currently have, through the Harley Owners Group, Ride 365, I have 649,607 miles. As a matter of fact, I don't want to go anywhere unless I'm traveling on the Harley.
At Legence Bank, we make it easy to achieve financial goals, from investing to purchasing a home and beyond. We are here for you. Working with small businesses, farmers, and individuals, we are your partner in convenient, local, and personalized banking solutions.
Legence Bank has helped us build our locally owned and family-operated business, the Tri-State's #1 furniture and mattress store. They've helped our dreams come true, been there every step of the way, and I can't imagine a better bank to work with. Thank you, Legence Bank.
From investing in you to helping our communities grow, we are committed to making a difference at Legence Bank.
PRS has been going on at the Marion Mall? You're in luck. October 3rd and 4th at the Oasis Grand Re-Unclosing, we aren't only showing off our RV and power sports inventory, we're showing off all the that's been going on inside the mall as well. More RVs, more ATVs, more. You don't want to miss out. Trust us. Tons of new from the ones who more better. Oasis Power Sports and RV. We more better.
Welcome to Wit and Wisdom, located at 202 North Market in downtown Marion, Illinois. We're open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 5. Stop in and check out our spirit wear, custom tees, embroidery services, and more, all in a historical boutique setting. Check us out anytime online at www.witandwisdomstore.com.
Welcome you back to Coaches at Crown Brew Getting Coffee.
Black Diamond Harley-Davidson presents Why I Ride.
Hi, I'm Les Ingram, and this is why I ride. I taught special education for 28 years. I haven't drank in 34 years. I needed something to relieve the stress, and the bike does it wonderfully. I've been riding 34 years. I currently have, through the Harley Owners Group, Ride 365, I have 649,607 miles. As a matter of fact, I don't want to go anywhere unless I'm traveling on the Harley.
Once upon a time, there was an angry man with a few sprigs of golden hair. They called him Tony No-Locks. Tony No-Locks wanted to find the perfect pre-owned motorcycle that was just right. So off he went to visit Black Diamond Harley-Davidson. So Tony No-Locks jumped on a pre-owned Road Glide at a great price. Ah, this is just right, he exclaimed. Find what is just right for you and your family at Black Diamond Harley-Davidson.
Oasis Power Sports, Marion, Illinois, your #1 Stop for power sports. Oasis has a huge selection of ATVs, watercrafts, side-by-sides, dirt bikes, and more from all major manufacturers on the lot now. ATVs starting at $16.99, motorcycles starting at $21.98, and side-by-sides starting at $77.99. Financing. Get zero down with approved credit for up to 84 months. Oasis Power Sports in Marion, Illinois. Online at oasispowersports.world.
The teachers are really good, they're understanding.
All our faculty here teach from experience.
I love it. It's so hands-on.
They want to see us succeed. There's so many options, so many things they can choose from.
I wasn't just another statistic out there.
My advisors and my professors have been very helpful.
I've felt completely at home from the first day.
Everyone has been so welcoming and helpful and encouraging. It's made it really easy. So I would for sure recommend John A.
Hey, this is Michael Anderson, owner of Anderson Boys Trash Service. We are locally owned and operated. We are reliable and affordable. Weekly trash service. I look forward to hearing from you soon. I appreciate you, and my family appreciate the business.
Now serving residential and commercial properties with roll-off dumpster rentals available. Call 618-925-1215 or find us on Facebook at Anderson Boys Trash Service.
Hi Wildcat fans, I'm Brad Poole, president of the Watermark Auto Group. I invite you to come experience the fastest, friendliest, and fairest car buying in our little corner of the world. Our friendly sales representatives will provide you in writing with our best price, trade value, monthly payments, all within minutes of your request. No pressure, no hurdles, no tricks, and no surprises. Experience the Watermark difference for yourself at Watermark Ford Hyundai or Watermark Nissan of Marion. Fast, friendly, fair. That's Watermark.
Once upon a time, there was an angry man with a few sprigs of golden hair. They called him Tony No Locks. Tony No Locks wanted to find the perfect pre-owned motorcycle that was just right. So off he went to visit Black Diamond Harley Davidson. So Tony No Locks jumped on a pre-owned Road Glide at a great price. Ah, this is just right, he exclaimed. Find what is just right for you and your family at Black Diamond Harley Davidson.
We've been kind of working on this for 4 years now. So to see the first part of it to start up, phase one is not completely done yet. We still have several other components to phase one, but this is kind of the first part of phase one. We should have the family entertainment center, things like that going beginning to mid-November, and then that'll be a total different ball game here in the mall and in Marion. Kind of starting out with all the power sports business will be in here. Harley Davidson is moving in here. We have the RVs, the boats, the jet skis, watercraft. We'll have our appliance store, the cabinets, the flooring. That will be in here. Then we can move on over to the family entertainment part of it, which has bowling. It has indoor go-kart racing. It has a restaurant. It has arcade games, axe throwing, darts, putt-putt golf inside there. It has laser tag, all kinds of things that are over there. So, and then plus it'll have a convention center on the other end of it over there also. That will be right here in the mall. The Bones let's say, of the mall was unbelievable. You know, it just needed to be just updated a little bit, and we wanted to bring back stuff from the old mall. You know, there used to be trees and waterfalls and stuff in here in the old mall, and so that's why we went ahead and built this like it. I had a guy come in the other day, and he's like, boy, that tree's really grown from there. And I was like, nah, it's the same tree. And you look at it, because it looks like it's a real tree, but it's really cool. They got the cave underneath the tree that the kids can go walk through. That is so cool. You know what? It was hard to get Harley-Davidson convinced that we need to go into a mall is where we wanted to be at. And so we'd been trying that for about 4 years. And finally, about a year ago, I finally got the executives to come down here and see what we had going on. And they got it. They understood after taking them on the tour, everything that's going here. They was like, you know what? Let's try some kind of a pilot thing and see if this is where it needs to be. It needs to be, this is not going to be a mall anymore. You know, this is going to be like a motorcycle side-by-side, just an entertainment center and a toy store. And why not have Harley in here with all these other manufacturers? Get right there in the middle of it and just see it all. So it's going to be great.
Welcome back to Lions Field. This is the halftime show. John and Logan College, why would you go anywhere else? It's 18-0 Lions here at the half. I'm Aaron Price, once again joined alongside Garrett Smith. Had a little extended halftime show there, or commercial break, I should say, as we learned a little bit more about the Oasis project that was unveiled this weekend out at the Illinois Star Center Mall. Of course, we'd like to recognize Black Diamond Family of Businesses and Oasis for their support and being a sponsor for our broadcast. 18-0 Lions. And Garrett, I want before we go over our Kemper CPA stats, I want you to go over some other scores we have across the region, because we've had some good ones tonight.
We got some dandies, Aaron Price, and at the half, West Frankfort leads DuQuoin 14-8. Other game in the Mississippi. Last word, it was 24-14, Nashville leading Benton.
So be sure to purchase your tickets before then by visiting the 50-50 table on the concourse near the concession. Proceeds from the 50-50 will go towards the Pride of the Lion Marching Band. A big thank you to Christina Disioni.
Is there batteries in this? Alright. Hopefully our audio issues are figured out.
Some issues with people stepping on the power cord, Garrett. Some out of our control, unfortunately. But go ahead with those scores you were recapping.
24-22, Johnson City leading Fairfield at the half. 14-8, West Frankfort leading DuQuoin at the half. Last half. 34-20. Carbondale up 27-zip on Granite City. 20-0 Pinckneyville over AJ. Let's see, what else do we got? I know I saw a few more. Cesarville 22-6 at the half over Carmi. Still Edwards County 14-7 over Hamco. Murphy lifted, or Murphy.
Still in top 50, and he's just been hurt. Landman, that's really hurt me, dude. He was going to put a good game. He's like, he got Pickens now, but he's like still. You're playing teams right now. Going to be trading 2 wide receivers for
Anderson.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard gives me a lot of opportunities. I have the ability to serve close to home, wherever that may be in the volunteer state. It also provides tuition benefits, making it possible to get the education I've always wanted. And since my service is part-time, I can pursue my dream job in the career field I choose. With part-time service in the Army National Guard, I really can have it all.
Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
We want to help students when they come right out of high school, but we're also here for the adults. After high school, I went to my local community college, and after my first semester, realized that I wasn't quite ready to go to college. And I went back to work in construction for roughly about 15 years. And at the same time, I took classes at community college. It's this idea that you can go back to school at any time for anything, and that's what a community college does for you. That's what John A. Logan does for you.
I'm excited to represent Southern Illinois when playing basketball for SIU, and it's important to me to give back to this region. That's important to BankFirst Bank also, and it's one of the reasons I'm proud to be a customer. They support the communities, and with their mobile app, I can check my accounts, make payments, and more, all on my time. Plus, they offer a solution debit card that supports SIU scholarships and athletics. That was an easy one for me. BankFirst Bank, official partner of Saluki Athletics.
All right, welcome back. Our audio issues are fixed for the meantime. Hopefully they stay that way. I'm Aaron Price, once again joined alongside Garrett Smith, and wasted enough time. We're now ready for kickoff of the second half here.
Whether you believe it or not, that was not intended.
On the reception for the Lions. He was He picks up great yardage. The Lions will begin their drive. 1st and 10 from the Bulldog 44.
Andrew Johnson on the carry for the Lions.
Gain of about 7 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 3 for the Lions.
Here's the snap. Hands it right off to Jones. Once again, Jamison Jones.
Brought down by number 84, Burke Wilson of the Bulldogs, but he picks up enough yardage.
Lions first down. They're going to be setting up just shy of the 30-yard line. Lions looking to add to their total here. Here's the snap. And brought down right around the 10-yard line. Another first down for the Carterville Lions.
Miller picks up enough yardage right on the Lions. First down.
Lions setting up once again. And that will be there's a brief fumble there, recovered by the Lions. There'll be a loss of 1, so now 2nd and 11 for the Lions. Bring you another update of some other local scores here in a moment. All Lions so far in this one. Here's the snap. Hands it off to Jones. That'll be a 3rd down. Set the ball up. 3rd and 6 now. Lions still with about 10 yards to go for a touchdown. 3rd and 6 with 9:30 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Bulldogs looking for a stop on the 3rd down. Here's the snap. In the hands of Jonathan Miller, and loose ball on the field. And it looks like the Lions might have recovered that. I'm not sure what happened there, Garrett.
It looked like he got in, and then he lost it, and that's what they're going to say.
Well, judging by the cannon, I guess it's a touchdown. That was a little bit confusing there, but setting up for the extra point. And they're not going to set up for the extra point. They're going to set up for the 2-point conversion. There is a flag. Legal substitution, I believe. And they are going to go for the extra point, and it is good. 25-0 Lions with the lead over the Bulldogs. We'll take another brief break and be right back after this.
Fall is the best time to get a new roof. It's not cold and wet like winter, and it's not hot and wet like summer. And you know what that means. It's time to call Integrity Roofing to make sure your roof is ready for another long winter. Right now at Integrity Roofing, you can get a new roof for as low as $99 per month. For confidence and peace of mind, call Integrity the first time.
Welcome back to the WFCN News Game of the Week. Lions with another touchdown and a successful PAT. It's 25-0, and looking increasingly more like they are going to roll their way to a 6th victory as they just about, well, it's going to be close. We'll see who has the football here. It's going to be Lions football.
Winston's kick.
Not looking good for the Bulldogs, Garrett.
No, they've dug themselves a hole, and it's going to be pretty steep of a comeback if they're able to do it. But dang, if they do, I'm glad I'm here to see it.
Jonathan Miller on the carry.
Johnson hands off to number 10, Johnny Miller on the carry. He was wrapped up by number 9, Aiden Hankins, and number 14, Brody Nyberg.
Any other score updates across the region, Garrett?
Johnson City takes the lead at the half. We mentioned that one. At the half, Nashville's lead has dwindled to 3, 24-21, the lead for Nashville over Benton.
It's a good game.
A lot of scores, or a couple scores consecutively for Christopher. They lead 21-16 over Red Hill in that ball game. So they've tightened that one. Taken that.
Number 7, Jameson Jones on the carry for the Lions. He was wrapped up by number 2, Caleb Hefner.
Yeah, Garrett, there's been a lot of entertaining games tonight. Man, that Nashville-Benton one looks really entertaining. What about Frankfort-DeCoin?
At the half, 14-8, last word, Frankfort with the lead.
Number 8, Carter Jones on the carry.
Carter Jones on the carry for the Lions, and it'll be
Boyer.
Jones brought down. Excuse me, Lewis. Or I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong sheet. That was Miller brought down. That'll be enough for a first down.
Third time's the charm there, getting the name right.
First, I thought he was a different number. Then I say 10. And I look over at Harrisburg's sheet and I say the name. And I'm like, oh, wait, that's Harrisburg. So, man, just
one of these days
all
you'll figure it
flustered
out.
tonight.
You'll figure it out one of these days, Aaron.
First and 10 once again for the Carterville Lions, looking to take advantage of Harrisburg's mistake.
Can't all be like me, I guess.
And it'll be
touchdown, Williams. Andy Johnson on the quarterback keeper.
Makes 31-0.
31-0 Lions lead.
Going to go for the extra point, and it's good.
Johnson's kick is up and good.
32-0. We'll take a quick break and be right back. You're watching the WFCN News Game of the Week.
Hey, this is Michael Anderson, owner of Anderson Boys Trash Service. We are locally owned and operated. We are reliable and affordable. Weekly trash service. I look forward to hearing from you soon. I appreciate you, and my family appreciate the business.
Serving residential and commercial properties with roll-off dumpster rentals available. Call 618-925-1215 or find us on Facebook at Anderson Boys Trash Service.
Curious what's been going on at the Marion Mall? You're in luck. October 3rd and 4th at the Away Grand Reunion closing, we aren't only showing off our RV and power sports inventory, we're showing off all the that's been going on inside the mall as well. More RVs, more ATVs, more you don't want to miss out. Trust us. Tons of new from the ones who more better. Oasis Power Sports RV. We more better.
News Game of the Week. 32-0 Lions going to march their way to another victory this season in Week 6.
You know, Aaron, I was thinking about this earlier. This might be the nicest facility we've been to this year in terms of setup. Nice well, whatever they call it at the end there, where the
Yeah.
locker rooms are. Let's get a little pan action
Little
over there real quick
athletic,
if we can.
athletic facility.
Yeah, and nice. They got the central bathrooms, concessions, press box all in one spot. Nice turf field. That's a field house. That's what that is. I
Yes,
couldn't
a
think of
field
the word.
house. Well, if there's anything that Carterville that I like about Carterville is they have a very nice hospitality room.
Oh, they took care of you today, didn't they?
Yeah, they got me some chicken Cancun from Sergio's, some popcorn.
Selfless plug there for Sergio's.
Whole bunch of stuff. We can't mention them any more than twice because they're not a sponsor.
Not yet.
After tonight, they will be. 6:30 to go here in the third quarter. Sometimes you just got to give people shout outs and maybe they'll just walk right in. You know what I mean, Garrett?
That's the plan, right?
Someone comes in tomorrow morning and says, you know what? I heard a guy talking about this last night. I've never heard of this restaurant before. And they'll be like, who was it? There you go.
For the Bulldogs from the 48-yard line.
6 minutes to go, 2nd and 7.
Zip Carterville Bulldogs looking to get something here.
As they say, Aaron, the rest was history.
Yes. Here's the snap. Hands it off. Still on his feet, but brought down just around the marker. Maybe a gain of 1. That's what they'll say. It's 3rd and 5. Situation the Bulldogs have found themselves in more than once tonight.
Centralia's got up to 41 points in the first half on Marion, 41-20.
Edwards County 14-7 over Hamco at last check.
Yep, you're right. I think you were calling for that upset pick earlier before the games tonight.
Yeah, we do our pre.
Oh, nice drop down hit.
Crab connects to number 84, Bert Wilson.
Around the region, and that was my one pick that I wasn't too confident in, but it's working out so far.
You had a hunch that it was going
I had a hunch.
towards the underdog.
4:37 to go. Just 1 yard.
Them into their own territory, and that should be enough. It will be for a Bulldogs first down. Haven't said that too much tonight, but
we did the first few drives, and
we
they
did.
kind of stalled after that. But, that's the first one in a while. This drive's the best drive they've had since probably their second drive of the ball game, I should say.
Ball's on the 39s. Getting some great video for us tonight. Looking for a guy, and he just throws it away. No one in sight. Crab has been hooking up with Nash Vallette a lot tonight. I think that might have been who he was looking for there.
Crab's fastball is incomplete.
3 minutes, 54 seconds to go in the third quarter. Flag on the play against the Bulldogs here. They'll say it was intentional grounding. So penalty when you certainly don't want one will make it make a 2nd and 10, a 2nd and 15.
Yeah, big bugaboo for Harrisburg. That's one where you lose the yards and the downs. So 3rd and long coming here. Or 3rd and long, yeah. It's a intentional grounding. You lose the down as well.
And quarterback loses the ball and just kind of fell on it, but kept it in his hands. So nothing for Harrisburg on this one. It'll be once again. Coach Griffith not happy about that. And he shouldn't be. You know, you had pretty much 3 mistakes in a row that were completely preventable there for the Harrisburg offense.
It's been a frustrating night for Coach Griffith and his team.
They're going to go for a big throw. They're going to go for the play, and it is incomplete. I said there's no way they're going to go for it, but they must just be listening in to me tonight and doing the exact opposite.
That's why you're up here and not down there.
But it doesn't work out, so it'll be first down for the Lions. Any other score updates, Garrett?
I bet I can find some. I'll try. West Frankfort 14-8 in the third. Mentioned Nashville 24-20 over Benton at the half. 20-0 Pinckneyville leading Anna Jonesboro at the half. 30-22 in the third. Johnston City leading Fairfield. Cahokia 22-zip over Mount Vernon at the half. 22-6 Cesar-Valere leading Carmi-White County at the half. Lift for Life Academy out of Missouri leading Murfreesboro 32-27.
Interception from number 14. That is Brody Nyberg. Right in his hands, so Harrisburg will take back over. Go ahead, Garrett. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you have to talk about the game.
Yeah.
Nice play there for Harrisburg. Edwards County, as you mentioned, 14-6 at the half over Hamco. Carbondale was leading 27-0 over Granite City last time I checked, so it looks like the Terriers are in good shape. Marion's in a shootout in their ball game against Centralia. That one was, no, I can't find it. 30, well, that's not the right score. It was 41-20.
Well, a good close game tonight, Garrett, as they'll just throw that one away, but they get right back on top of it.
That was a backwards pass. So that's a live ball.
Carson Davis on the recovery for the Lions.
A lot of weird stuff happening on the field down there. The last 2 drives there. Lions beginning 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Yeah, a lot of games tonight, Garrett, that pretty close. Good scoring games. This one of those that Bulldogs have yet to answer. .243 to go here in the third quarter.
Carter Jones for the Lions. He is wrapped up by number 9 and number 55. That's Aiden Hankins and number 55, Connor Pittman. That'll bring up 2nd and 12 for the Lions.
2nd and 12 now for the Lions on the loss of 2. And Garrett, next week we'll see a team that we have yet to see this year. 2 teams, I should say, we have yet to see this year. In the DeCoin Indians and the Anna Jonesboro Wildcats.
Yeah, we get to travel down to Union County. That's uncharted territory for us. We ain't been down there in a long time. Definitely not in football. So interesting matchup there that we'll be covering, and we'll be heading down south to cover a couple of new teams. Don Henley sighting. Dirty laundry on the field. Couple of flags.
Jones on the carry for the Lions. See what this flag is about. Yeah, it'll be good to see the Indians, though. They're over in West Frankfort tonight, and
with a 15-14 lead now with our new
lead.
score update.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Yeah. Yep, they are.
It seems like a lot of these teams that have, been powerful so far this year, that's the word I guess I'll use for it, have struggled early in the games tonight, but it looks like they're working to fight their way back, especially DeCoin, Benton, Johnston City, and others. All of them, really. Here's the snap. Big pass to Hayden Harrell. Still on his feet. Wrapped up and tackled. Loose ball on the field. Recovered by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, couple sloppy possessions down the stretch in the third. 3 turnovers now. 2 by Carterville and 1 sandwiched in between from the Bulldogs. And certainly not something you want to see. 32 points. You don't want to see getting sloppy when you've got a lead like this.
Teams as good as the Lions and Indians, Rangers, Wildcats, you name it. You got to play through the whole game. Doesn't matter if you're up 32-0. Play like you would if it was, 32-32.
Man, that'd be a good game. That's a lot of points.
That would be. Good pass to, I believe that was Brendan Davis.
For the Bulldogs.
It was actually Burke Wilson, brought down by Jamison Jones.
2nd and 2.
So just 2nd and 2 yards to go for the Bulldogs. 38 seconds left in this quarter 3. Here's the snap. Hands it to the back, and he's still on his feet. He's got some ground, and he's brought down just shy of the 40-yard line. That'll be enough for a Bulldogs first down with 20 seconds to go. See if they call a timeout here. Probably not. If I was them, I'd just let the clock wind and take over in the fourth quarter. But looks like they might go for a
quick play, but they won't call a timeout. So,
and here we go. Really quick play. Hands it off to the back again, kind of holding the ball.
He lost it for a second
Yeah,
there.
he did.
He's lucky he got it back. Through 3 quarters of play, Carterville 32-0. They're marching towards us.
Your dream wedding gown awaits at Blush and Ivory Bridal, the most recommended bridal boutique in Southern Illinois. At Blush and Ivory, you won't be lost in the crowd. With every private appointment, the entire boutique is yours. Just you, your loved ones, and your personal stylist. Together, you'll discover a curated selection of gowns, veils, and accessories to create the bridal look you've always imagined. And say yes to the dress that brings out the bride in you. Schedule your private appointment today at Blush and Ivory Bridal, 307 North Market Street in Marion. Call 618-882-926.
Hey, this is Michael Anderson, owner of Anderson Boys Trash Service. We are locally owned and operated. We are reliable and affordable. Weekly trash service. I look forward to hearing from you soon. I appreciate you, and my family appreciate the business.
Now serving residential and commercial property with roll-off dumpster rentals available. Call 618-925-1215 or find us on Facebook at Anderson Boys Trash Service.
Welcome back to the WFCN News Game of the Week. Making our way to the fourth quarter, and the Lions look like they're going to march their way to 6-0 on the season and remain undefeated, and also march their way right into a playoff spot.
How about that?
Be one of the first teams to do it tonight. I would assume their game will probably get over before Benton's or DeCoin's. DeCoin is they have a loss or two, right? They have 1 loss. So the Benton Rangers would be marching their way into the playoff tonight with a win. Any update on that game, Garrett?
Last word still down 24-20 in the third quarter, so they have begun the second half.
Incomplete pass to Burke Wilson.
That'll bring up 4th and 7 for the Bulldogs.
Johnston City looking a lot better now, 38-22
Yeah,
over Fairfield.
That's more what I was expecting. Indians seem to really the last two games. They played Flora last week. It seems like they've had a little bit of a rocky start in their last two games, but able to bounce back eventually. 4th and 7 now for the Bulldogs. They look like they're going to go for it. They are. Big throw into the hands of Zach Kenny Novi.
Number 5, Kenny Novi on the catch.
That'll be enough for a Bulldogs. First down.
Benton Rangers take the lead, 27-24 over Nashville.
Where third quarter? Figured it happened eventually. Nashville still with the shot there. They are.
Yeah, I'd say so.
In many times a tough team to beat. Braxton Welch on the carry for the Bulldogs. He'll have a gain of a few yards.
Number 1 on the carry, Braxton Welge. He's brought down by Carson Davis and Andrew Johnson of the Lions. Gain of about 2 on the play. 2nd and 8.
Big gain of 2, 2nd and 8 for the Bulldogs. $10 to go in this ball game. As a reminder, we have the Deaconess, Illinois postgame show coming your way after the game. Be sure to stick around. Won't have a gain of much here, and there's a loose helmet on the field. It's Tyler Beer that lost his helmet there.
Number 9 on the carry for the Bulldogs, Aiden Hankins. He's brought down by Luke Barnhart and Carter Jones of the Lions. Short gain on the play, that'll bring up 3rd and 6.
So a short gain will bring up 3rd and 6 for the Bulldogs. That's an incomplete pass. So it forces another 4th down. Looking forward to some college football this weekend, Garrett, over at Carbondale as the Salukis take on Indiana State. Should be a good one.
I'll be over there.
Me as well.
As will our camera operator.
Good to see him there.
I think our on-field photographer's going as well. I think the whole crew will be going.
$9:08 to go in the fourth quarter, 4th and 6. Harrisburg might be close to breaking the record for the most amount of 4th downs they went for in a game. I'm not sure what the record. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. You're watching the WFCN Game of the Week.
Take over on down, 1st and 2.
Hey, this is Michael Anderson, owner of Anderson Boys Trash Service. We are locally owned and operated. We are reliable and affordable. Weekly trash service. I look forward to hearing from you soon. I appreciate you, and my family appreciate the business.
Now serving residential and commercial properties with roll-off dumpster rentals available. Call 618-925-1215 or find us on Facebook at Anderson Boys Trash Service.
Hi.
Welcome back to the WFCN News Game of the Week. Still here in the fourth quarter, it's 32-zip. Lions with a big lead over the Bulldogs. Bulldogs having a tough night here at Lions Field.
Flag on the play was holding against the Lions.
And the flag on the play on that last play, holding on the Lions. So that'll move them back 5 yards. 1st and 15 from the 10-yard line. This might be a very long play, Garrett.
Makes you say that?
Because they could just run the ball down the field and waste the rest of the game here if they wanted to. Or dang near the rest of the game. What a pass. Just kind of flopped it out of his hands to number 10, Jonathan Miller.
Oh, option play.
Yeah, he was halfway to the ground and
he got rid of it to his running back.
That's right.
He was brought down by number 72, Matt Brown, and number 7, Drake.
So it'll be second and around 8, maybe 7.
For the Lions.
Good run here. Out across the 45 and dropped his Miller. 7:35 to go. First down for Carterville.
Wrapped up by number 68, Aiden Stroud on the Bulldogs. First and 10 for the Lions.
So another first down for the Carterville Lions.
Ladies and gentlemen, our 50-50 final top was $1,080 for a take home of $540. Plus the sponsor bonus was $100. That makes the total $640 take home. Again, that was purple ticket number 686-163. Head now to the 50-50 table on the concourse. Claim your prize.
7:10 to go in this game. First and 10 for the Lions. Miller's nearly brought down, but he stays on his feet and has a gain of about 5 to 6 yards. Should be second, and they're going to say second and 2 or 3.
68 Aiden Stroud, the pack of Bulldogs.
I'm not sure if second and 1 is accurate there on the board, but second and 2 at least. Nevertheless, great gain. Here's the snap, hands it off, and that'll be an easy first down for the Lions.
Andrew Johnson hands off to number 8, Carter Jones. Number 84, Burke Wilson on the tackle for the Bulldogs.
Wilson on the tackle for the Bulldogs.
Jones picks up enough yardage for a Lions. First down.
As always, we'll also have the final scores from across the region later tonight posted up on WFCN News, and I will say that
it's a nice graphic update that makes a lot of people happy, Gary. That's all I'll say.
That's all I'm going to say. You'll have to just wait and see as he tosses it over to Harrell. And
what do you mean?
He's out right around the 40-yard line. Well, more teams represented is all I'll say.
I got you.
A little bit more detail in it. So. And we got
I like to hear that. Yeah, I remember you having a nice graphic for the postseason. I'd like to see that back.
Yeah, that was last year, and yeah, we'd like to bring that back once again as well. We'd really love to, if really deep into the postseason, there's just 1 or 2 teams left. Obviously not the state finals because those are broadcast on a different network, but we'd like to bring maybe even some really deep postseason games if possible.
Did that last year with Johnson City.
Yep.
We ended up following them pretty much their whole run.
Yeah. I mean, with
on the quarterback keeper for the Lions.
This season, I would not be shocked.
We at least one team make it that far. Just 5 minutes to go in this game. Brody Nyberg for the Lions.
That'll bring up 3rd and 6.
3rd and 6 now. Flag on the field. It'll be an offsides penalty against the Bulldogs, so the Lions will move up to 3rd and 1 now on the 34-yard line.
To add to their 32 points thus far.
On feet and brought down right around the 25-yard line or so, just past that. That was Jonathan Miller once again on the carry for the Lions, and it's another Lions first down.
DuQuoin Indians, 22-14, leading West Frankfort.
Brought down by number 4, Quest Weatherington. Number 14, Brody Nyberg.
Weatherington and Brody Nyberg on the tackle.
First 10 for the Lions.
Go in the game. Taking some extra time. Here's the snap. Hands it off to Miller once again. Still on his feet and starting to get wrapped up right around the 15-yard line, just shy of it. It'll be second and should be about 5.
Sonny Miller on the carry. He was brought down by number 4, Quest Weatherington. Number 26, Luke Hoyer.
The updates on the Benton game.
Still 27-24, Benton leading Nashville. Last word in that one, it was in the 3rd quarter still.
Okay. What about Marion Cahokia?
Yeah,
Mount Vernon Cahokia.
It was a Cahokia with some decent separation. It was 28-0, last word in that one.
Mm-hmm.
Cahokia in charge in the second half.
Hands it off to Miller once again. Flag on the field, brought down around the 10-yard line.
Johnson hands off to Johnny Miller on the run. He was brought down by number 70, Dante Williams. There's a flag on the play.
Looks like this flag's going to be on the Lions. It'll be a holding penalty, moving all the way back to the 28-yard line. 2nd and 14, they'll say, with 3 minutes to go in this ball game. Here's the snap. Keeps himself. Big throw into the hands. Not sure if it hit the ground. No, it did. They're going to say no. Incomplete pass. It did look like it did right before it got in his hands. That was a pass to number 28.
We aren't only showing off our RV and power sports inventory, we're showing off all the that's been going on inside the mall as well. More RVs, ATVs, more you don't want to miss out. Tons of new, more better. Oasis Power Sports and RV. We more better.
Welcome back to the WFCN News Game of the Week. Carterville Lions looking to extend their score here, but they still got 14 yards to go, 3rd and 14. Here's the snap, looking for a guy. He's going to keep it himself. Still looking for a guy. Passes it to number 7. That is Jamison Jones. Still on his feet.
He's in.
Touchdown, Carterville Lions. And Jamison Jones puts the exclamation point for the Carterville Lions. It's 38-0 Lions. Man, he just kind of, yeah, extra effort is exactly right. Had to put some extra effort there at the end to get that ball right over the line, but he did. Jamison Jones with a touchdown for the Lions.
I'd like to say congratulations to the 50-50 winner, Michael Hoff from Carterville.
2:40 to go in this game. 38-0 Lions. They're going to march their way to 6-0 on the season. One of just a few teams undefeated this season in Southern Illinois. Timeout called by the Lions. We'll stay here. Any other score updates you got, Garrett?
As we mentioned, DuQuoin 22-14 over West Frankfort. 27-24 still. Benton leading Nashville. Pinckneyville 27-0 over AJ in the fourth. Looks like the Panthers are going to march towards a victory. Johnston City over Fairfield 38-22 in the fourth. Mine 38-6. Massac County 35-14 over Herrin in the third. Christopher, last check, was 28-22 over Red Hill.
It's a good game tonight, too.
I mentioned it a few times, but
CZR looking for a victory after last week's loss to the Red Devils. Carterville going to set up for the extra point. And it's good. 39-0. Lions with the lead. We'll take a brief break. We'll be right back with the conclusion of this game right after this.
At Legence Bank, we make it easy to achieve your financial goals. From investing to purchasing a home and beyond, we are here for you. Working with small businesses, farmers, and individuals, we are your partner in convenient, local, and personalized banking solutions.
Legence Bank has helped us build our locally owned and family-operated business into the Tri-State's #1 furniture and mattress store. They've helped our dreams come true. They've been there every step of the way, and I can't imagine a better bank to work with. Thank you, Legence Bank.
From investing in you to helping our communities grow, we are committed to making a difference at Legence Bank.
Welcome back to the WFCN News Game of the Week here at Lions Field. The Lions about to march their way to 6-0 on the season. They hold a 39-0 lead over the Harrisburg Bulldogs with 2 minutes, 40 seconds left to go in tonight's ball game. I'm Aaron Price, once again joined alongside Garrett Smith, Quincy King on the camera, Drew Smith on the sidelines tonight for our team.
That's an all-star team, Aaron.
Caleb Hefner brought down quick for the Bulldogs. It is an all-star team, Garrett.
Minus me.
You're the one who carries this. I think we all know that I'm no sports analyst.
really not, because I get cut out every time I try to say it. I'm no sports analyst.
Well, you do it. Just a mighty fine job, Mr. Price.
I just have the natural news voice. You have all the rest of it. I'm just here to fill the time. Here's the snap, hands it off. Still on his feet. That's Braxton Welge, and he's brought down just past the 30-yard line. Welge with a big gain for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, nicely done.
He is brought down by Davidson Jones of the Lions.
Mount Vernon with a touchdown. Once trailing 28-0, now 28-11, trying to chip away at that deficit.
2 minutes to go in this game. First and 10 Bulldogs from the 30-yard line. Here's the snap. Hands it off once again. Not going to be a gain of much at all here, if any. Gain of a yard or so. 2nd and 8.
I think I'm reading this correct. Carbondale, last check, it was 49-0 over Granite City in the second quarter.
Wow.
Surely that game's past that period now.
But that's a lot of points in 2 quarters. Bulldogs trying to
late in this game.
There's the snap. Hands it off once again. That'll be a loss, but there's a flag on the field. Next week we've got DuQuoin at Anna Jonesboro for you here on the WFCN Game of the Week. Followed up by the Franklin County rivalry matchup. Ben Rangers at the West Frankfort Redbirds.
Special edition Saturday broadcast.
Yeah, we're double dipping next week to give you as much football as you can handle. Some people could probably even handle more, but I've never heard of a Sunday football game from high school. But
no, but there's been some Thursday games this year.
Yeah, there has. Maybe next year we'll have a triple dip.
That'd be sweet.
First and 10 from the 20 for the Bulldogs. Here's the snap. Hands it off. Garrett, you would know better than I. Playoff games in Illinois, obviously, most of the time played on Saturday. Only Friday, Saturday?
Yeah, you'll see some Friday night ones sometimes. Some Saturday ones. A lot of times it's travel-wise, like what do the teams agree on?
Right.
A lot of times it's easier for a team to come on a Saturday, but if it's some close teams, they might play on a Friday, just that way it still frees up their Saturday.
Exactly 1 minute on the clock, and there's another timeout.
Big play coming up.
Yeah, if you're a Bulldogs fan, all the Carterville Lion fans have shuffled their way out of here. A lot of them probably staying because it is homecoming tonight here in Carterville. Brought out a really good crowd on the sidelines. Carterville Lions band put on a really nice. Was number 9, Aiden Hankins on the carry for the Bulldogs.
Number 9 on the carry for the Bulldogs. That's Hankins. There's a flag on the play.
54 seconds to go. Clock is ticking, and the Bulldogs looking to get something going here. 2nd and 17. They've got a long way to go in 40 seconds. Here's the snap. Looking for a man. That's going to be incomplete.
Pass ball's incomplete. Intended for number 6, Dash Villette.
It's intended for Villette.
Third and 17 for the Bulldogs.
3rd down and 17 for the Harrisburg Bulldogs. Once again, Deaconess Illinois postgame show coming your way after this. We'll recap some local scores and recap the highlights of this game. Here's the snap. Looking for a man. Still looking for a man. Big toss over the head. Was that Carson? I'm not sure if that was Carson or Wheeler.
Pass ball's incomplete.
Either way, it's incomplete. Forces a 4th down.
Number 84, Burke Wilson.
Burke Wilson, the intended receiver on that last pass. Still 28 seconds, 4th down. No reason for the Bulldogs not to go for it here. Here's the snap, looking for a man once again. Huge toss and incomplete.
That's going to do it.
Yep, that'll be the end of this game. They're going to take a knee and still have 23 seconds to work with. We're going to go ahead and take a timeout, and we'll come back with the Deaconess Illinois postgame show right after this.
We want to help students when they come right out of high school, but we're also here for the adults. After high school, I went to my local community college, and after my
time. Plus, they offer a Saluki Visa debit card that supports SIU scholarships and athletics.
That was an easy win for me.
Banterra Bank, official partner of Saluki Athletics.
Welcome back to the WFCN Game of the Week. This is the Deaconess Illinois postgame show. I'm your
Once again, joined alongside Garrett Smith.
Boy, it was Lions tonight. Bulldogs couldn't even get a response tonight, Garrett.
No, it was all Lions from the jump, and Harrisburg could not get the offense going. Had a couple decent looks in the first quarter, just could not get a rhythm and really struggled offensively, and they could not stop Carterville on the flip side.
Yeah, and the Lions, they're proud of their cannon. They've fired it a few times tonight as
Let's have a logo on the yeah, it's
and yeah, it's just tough to see.
performance like that tonight. You're just not able to. They had some really good momentum early in this game. They just couldn't never.
No, it was, fourth downs that didn't go their way early, fourth downs that went Carterville's way on the offensive end to start the game. Made the difference, and Carterville just piled on.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our Kemper CPA group by the
By the numbers, brought to you by Kemper CPA Group. Carterville got the scoring going early in the ball game on a short 2-yard run from Johnny Miller to put them up 7-0. And then Carterville they tacked on a field goal, 30-plus yarder from Gavin Johnson. Then 18-0 on another goal line run for Miller. Make it 18-zip at the end of the first half. Second half, 9-yard run from Miller. Make it 25-zip. Then the quarterback keeper, old president Andrew Johnson, from 12 yards out, 32-0. And then in the fourth, that nice 28-yard pass from Johnson to Jones, 39-zip. That's your final. That's your Kemper CPA by the numbers.
All right, thank you very much, Garrett. It's now time to give out our Black Diamond Harley-Davidson thrilling moment of the game. All right, Garrett, what was your pick for thrilling moment of the game tonight?
Yeah, I don't think we have the clip, but it was a really nice play, and it was that nice passing touchdown. Johnson to Jones, when Jones had to extend his arms and just get to the goal line.
Yeah.
I think you'd agree with me. That was a pretty play, and just had enough on a stretch to get there. So I'd go with that touchdown pass that capped off the victory. The game had already been sealed at that point, but it was a really impressive play from Johnson to Jones.
A lot of energy in this crowd to send them home with some smiles on their face after homecoming night here in Carterville.
Garrett, let's now go ahead and give out our player of the game.
Johnny Miller, why not? He scored 3 different times in the ball game. He's their lead back. He led the charge in a very impressive offensive attack on the ground for Carterville. They had the one passing, but man, they had about 4 or 5 guys they could go to in the backfield. Johnny Miller, he was the guy. So Johnny Miller, player of the game.
And another update on some local scores.
Frankfort and DuQuoin are now tied in the fourth quarter, 22 apiece. Johnson City 46-22. They are marching to join Carterville at 6-0 on the season. Pinckneyville officially a final. They win 27-0. The Panthers get their second victory. 38-6 Sesser knocks off Carmine. Christopher still leading Red Hill 28-22. Benton and Nashville. That one's still 27-24 late in that contest. So some really, really good scores around the region.
Let the coin West Frankfort and Benton Nashville game got to be nail biters right now. We'll bring you some final scores on our graphic later on tonight. But yeah, some really good football all across the region tonight, Garrett. Bulldogs unable to answer tonight in this game, but a lot of really other good games across the region tonight.
I will say Massac County, team that's really struggled the past few years, they are on their way to a victory. They're up 35-14 on Herrin, and that will get them to 3-3 and in the thick of it, looking for a playoff spot. So congrats to the Patriots. How about that?
Yeah. All right. Well, we are going to have a double dip next week, week 7. DuQuoin Indians at the Anna Jonesboro Wildcats, the planned game, barring anything else, next week on Friday. And then Saturday we have the Benton Rangers at the West Frankfort Redbirds. Small potential due to some broadcast issues. We might have to make a few changes to next week's schedule. If so, we'll let you know. But that is the plan as of right now.
Looks like an appetizer to the main course, doesn't it?
Yes.
I mean, it could be a fun one. We'll see what AJ's able to do at home. We'll see. Maybe they got some high spirits against a good team in DuQuoin coming to town. But obviously, all eyes will be on that Frankfort-Benton game, especially within the county of Frankfort.
Yep, and then week 8, Benton again we see at Pinckneyville, and then week 9 we return to Johnston City for the Sesserville Red Devils at the Indians. That game never disappoints. We will be back here next Friday. Until then, we hope you have a good weekend, and we'll see you next weekend at Anna